I'm a water droplet. 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen. H2O, aqua, water, whatever you want to call it. Almost 80% of the Earth is covered with water droplets like me. Only 2% of it is fresh water, and the rest is salt water or stuck in ice caps in glaciers. But now only 1% of the fresh water is available because it has been polluted, and we really hate that. But anyway, I'm part of this crazy thing called the water cycle. The water never stops moving and always comes back. It's so cool, and none of the water droplets even have a clue about how old they are. I wanted to tell you about all the cool stuff I did yesterday. I woke up without my best friend. She was going on a family trip. But it felt kind of weird because normally, because of water cohesion, we stick together. Like literally. Anyway, when I woke up, I was in the ocean. Talk about sleep cycling. Or do you guys call it sleepwalking? I stayed there for a while, but finally I went through evaporation, my favorite part of the water cycle. Evaporation is when the heat from the sun makes water change into water vapor and it rises into the air. So I was rising up waiting for something to happen when everyone suddenly cooled off and formed a cloud. That's called condensation. I was up there for a long time and I hoped I would come down soon because otherwise it would be a super boring water droplet day. And luckily we came down as rain, a type of precipitation which is part of the water cycle. Precipitation is when clouds release all the water they've been carrying as rain, sleet, freezing rain, snow, or hail. I quickly fell down and soaked the ground and filtered down towards the ocean. That's called filtration. I finally did make it back to the ocean, a little sad because I didn't go through transpiration, the part of the water cycle where plants take in carbon dioxide but let out some water on accident. But I was glad to be back in the ocean anyway. Where I was, a polluted water droplet is hard to come by, but some of my faraway friends in southern Africa are polluted. And need I remind you, water droplets really hate being polluted. When people drink them, it hurts their bodies. And not just the people are affected. Animals could drink that water and get hurt too. And it could also hurt things we really don't think about very often. Plants. Plants could take in that water and die too. Where would the oxygen come from? What would you do? And still, imagine your water bottle containing brown, murky water instead of clear. Would you drink it? Or your faucet being a bucket full of the same murky water? Which is way different from you guys because you have different cleaning conditions for what you wash your hands with, what you shower with, and what you drink. But still, imagine if it was the same brown, murky water. Would you still use it to brush your teeth? In North America, only 15% of the water is polluted, and only 10% of it is served to you. In Southern Africa, it's way worse, and they don't have a choice on drinking it or not. You guys can just walk up to a faucet and get a glass of us water droplets, or go to a fridge and get some. People in Southern Africa, on average, have to walk 4 miles for 8 hours, carrying 44 pounds of their drinking water, which is really polluted and dirty, but they have to drink it or die. And almost everything that can pollute water is polluting Southern Africa's water, including things like oil spills, transportation, sewage, mining, and so much more. Your water isn't like that, and while they're carrying that, you're going to school, except for the adults, of course. And most kids these days complain to their families and friends about not wanting to go to school. School doesn't seem as bad now, does it? This happens every day for them. The water cycle recycles that water over and over again. The water cycle is fun when the water is clean, but when it's dirty, it's not. If you work together, you can build wells that filter out all the pollutants and help my friends come back to normal, changing the brown water to clear, saving people, animals, and plants from sickness or death, and giving people in Southern Africa a choice. And you don't even have to go there to help the water cycle. You can do the simple things like turning off a faucet unless you need it, because A, you use less water that could be used for better purposes, and B, water droplets hate being wasted. Plus, you can take showers instead of a bath. You use almost 3 times as much water in a bath than in a shower, unless, of course, you enjoy singing in the shower. Check the leaks in your toilet. It could leak up to 200 gallons a day. It would be like flushing 50 times just for no reason, which is pretty pointless. In a little more creative way, to make a rain barrel to catch the rain and use it to water your plants or things like that instead of using a hose. It's like recycling. I've always wanted to be a part of that. Maybe the water droplets can help a little bit too, but we don't have arms or legs, so that makes helping pretty hard. The water cycle is polluted, but we can clean it. Thank you for listening to my speech, but I have to go. I'm Precipitation. I'm snow this time. Thank you.